This is Rusty from Champions Chat, and I wanted to show you a little bit of what I was doing tonight as I'm looking at getting ready for my next Talent Up in February. So I've got I'm on my computer. I do this a lot on my phone too. So I take a screenshot of from my roster, and I kind of make a tier list of who I want to be working on. Tiered meaning like most important person, right? It's probably that MLC superstar, right? The free one that you talent up and then you get solo points. So I'm working on next month's list. So whoever the February freebie is, I'm going to replace Mr. Kaiser Ludwig here, Ludwig Kaiser, and plug him in. Now, I've got a rough idea of who I want to be bringing up. Maybe to 6-star silver, maybe to 6-star bronze, or invest in a 6-star pull or a fuse that I got. This list is who I definitely want to, basically push to the moon. This list is I need to do a little bit more research on them, and I need to see if they are moon worthy. Like some would say, put Patterson up here, but I wanted to show you how I'm going to look at the portal here, and what you can do when you're making your. And this is just like maybe low priority future projects, maybe like key trainers or people that may be good in one thing. Like my best Motu, Masters of the Universe, would be the many faces of Big E, right? So I need them for the tour or for any CSS requirements. Key trainer, right? Power Gym trainer here. My best Steve Austin, right? Even though he's not maybe, he's my best, right? So he's not the best one. My best Triple H. One of my, let's see, I got Mosh up here, like one of my better Attitude Era. So Cody, just love him. Would love to work on him. I was thinking Omos for boss battles and power gyms. Want to get that second MP charge from Hollywood Hogan as a coach. So anyway, yeah. So but here's what I thought might be actually helpful to share with the community. So recently I got Andre the Giant, true giant of wrestling. So I can do a few things with him. One, I can post on my factions Discord. Does anybody have Andre, the true giant of wrestling? And I can take their opinion on it, or I can go here. This is what I've been doing lately. So I go to the portal, right? I type in Andre, true giant of wrestling. If I don't know anything about him, I'll watch I watched this preview from Goldie earlier. It was really good, especially because she, even on the thumbnail here, she's saying no drip plate Andre. So she's going to run him. I don't have a drip plate, so that was really helpful to see her preview and gameplay. But what I want to do is these two graphs. I want to show you, right? So I got him this past weekend. Now, I'm looking here. Okay, he's trending way down as far as people in the community that are still upgrading this poster, right? So you could see when he was new. And then here's a little hack for you. May, if we look at May was the launch of the 6-star meta, right? So right here, May. And even most of the preview videos are when he's still at 5. So that tells me he came out just before the turn to 6-star, right? And you see that with his popularity here. And when 6-star came out, kind of May, he started to drop. People aren't investing in Andre. Also, I can look at his wins, total wins, right? In the last 30 days, he's only produced for the entire community 5,000 wins, right? And you think about how many thousands of people we have playing this game, right? And then all time, he's got a little bubble here, but it looks like he was probably a S tier kind of rarity character when he came out. So we saw a spike in his wins. People pushed him to the moon, got a bunch of wins in the 5-star meta with him. Once the 6-star meta went live, right? Look at that heal. All right, so that tells me on my priority list, I probably want to take Andre down here as a low priority. Now let's look at someone in contrast. We see these two graphs, right? So that's telling me, is he good? Is he good? Well, the consensus in the community is he was really good when he first came out, and he's probably not elite anymore, right? So let's compare him to Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. I've got him on my hit list up here at the top. You can see it. Okay, now I'm seeing the content team has 6-star previews, right? I think that might even be a 6-star silver preview. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the silver font Mirix used, right? 6-star bronze. Lots of previews from Goldie, from Professor. Even we're saying like, hey, he's hitting 12 million on this. Okay. Now let's look at the difference, right? So again, we can, like I said, we can remember May was the start of the 6-star meta, right? So May, it looks like he came out and was very popular instantly. Now here's what's interesting. I think this dip determines how rare he is and how many people have him. Well, he stopped being offered in the loots, right? And then some maybe had him and started to work him. And maybe, I'm just kind of reading the curve here, maybe he was offered again in a loot or in a pull or in bags, right? Because we see a big peak here. So May, 6-star, but in the 6-star meta, we've seen a build. I wish I could remember exactly when 6-star silver went live between May, but it was sometime in this climb, right? So even in the silver meta, he's still relevant. Now, why does this dip off? I think because his availability has dipped off. He is a pretty hard to pull, hard to find superstar. So I think those that had him or got him, right, built him, then he went away for a while. Those that are starting to get him are building him again. So still relevancy in the 6-star silver meta. Now, see how different this curve is versus Andre's? We've got a climb higher and higher and higher. So as recently as last month, his wins, look at the all-time wins, right? But look at the last 30 days. So this is telling me that he is still very meta relevant, that he's a good, so that's like the classic meme, any good, right? And you post the poster of him. I can also go down and I can see, for those of you who've never used the portal like this, I can see, like, let's say I've actually got 5 full stars. So the likelihood that I'll get 6 full stars is rare. So I'm right. I have an empty star when I go 6-star bronze. But what if I push him to 6-star silver? I want to see how does that damage scale, right? And I know the most popular build is triple purple, right? So I'm going to look at that. What's the damage he's dealing, right? About 200k, but decrease all your Juggernaut gems by 3, right? Okay, so 200K hit there. All my juggernauts are going to fire off. Again here, let's see, 160K. Choose a row to make into 3-turn juggernaut gems that will increase your... Okay, so now our purple gem damage is going to increase by 21% for 1 turn on every countdown turn, and make 1 random purple gem into a leech gem, which I love. The strength of 12K leech gems? No, 122K strength of leech gem, which is great. Then we come up to this top purple. Deal 160K and choose a row to make into 2-turn juggernaut gems. Increase your red MP by 2, not relevant, on every countdown turn, and make 4 random gems into purple gems. Okay, so he's doing a lot of gem damage. He's making purple gems, and he's going to be dealing 26K, rounded up to about 27K per purple gem, which I know I can slap on my purple gem entourage, right, and get another 12K out of that. So I can also slap on Bailey, Tech Bailey, to get another 12K of leech per leech gem. So like I'm looking at, okay, at the top of where this character can be, how, you know, has it scaled, and how is he, what kind of damage is he going to be dealing? That doesn't take into account a strap or metals, anything like that, right? And then I can see that 26K green gems are going to be doing 50% more damage. Well, that makes him more important and more powerful than my 12K green gem entourage, because at 6-star silver, anything higher than 40% is going to be better than that 12K gem damage. So he's Attitude Era, which is pretty, I don't know, scarce, I think. Like Mosh, certainly, and Tech Luger certainly brought new life. Okay, but you see the difference between the curves, right? Now, let's check out, gosh. Let's see what, I mean, I haven't researched this yet, so let's see what people are doing with Tori Wilson Hall of Fame. Okay, the guys from Champions Chat did a 4-star preview and a 3-minute moveset for her. That's cool. Now, I don't have a curve because Tori's brand new, right? I don't have an upgrade curve, but I can see in the last 30 days, gosh, nearly, 300 million people have upgraded her, invested in her, right? And I can see in the last 30 days, gosh, more than 500,000 people have gotten have gotten wins with her. Now, she was required on a tour, and this is 6-star silver, which I don't have her at. But I can go to silver, and I can see how many stars. Well, I can't see on that view, but I could see it if I had the game open in front of me. And I could look at those moves and see how they scale as well. Right? So a brand new superstar like Tori, I might have to ask my faction, how are they thinking that Tori is going to scale up at 6-star silver? I can watch content from the content creators. Let's see one that's just a tad older. Mosh. And I think the secret went out on Mosh pretty quick, but look. So this is Professor's 6-star silver preview. So I would automatically get information from him. Total upgrades. Now, of course, he's going to be at his height when everyone in the community is working on him as the free MLC character, right? In November, and we all kind of finished with Mosh here. And then I can see, his wins. His wins are not... I thought there was going to be a curve here, right? So I might need to do some more research on Mosh. Now, is this curve only at 6-star silver? Let me change this curve. Let me change this stat and see if that changes the curve. 1, 2, 0. Let me try to no, selected stars 1. Okay, so the star that you select, it doesn't look like it matters. So 5-star. So that's really interesting. So in my mind, there's a lot of buzz around Mosh about how good he is, and yet I'm not necessarily seeing that in the wins. Huh. Okay, see? So now I can look at my priority list and I can say, all right, so Mosh might be one I need to follow up on and get some more info from. We could do the same thing with, well, I mean, with any superstar, but I'd like to do one more with Omos and see where he's an older, right? Older superstar. Looks like 5-star gold preview. Oh, from Gerson. So, little tip, if it has a Gerson preview, he's a pretty old superstar at this point in the game. Even Merrick's 5-star preview. So yeah, he's older. Looks like ton of upgrades. So he was top of meta when he came out. Maybe went back up, spiked in popularity again. Ooh, but look, see his wins. Kind of streaky, but down. So I want to say maybe this was this, so the 5-star meta was when he was peak wins. Been going down. Maybe he got a bump at some point in the 6-star meta. So yeah, kind of an older superstar, and we can see he's not, kind of a similar curve to Striker Andre. Let's try Logan Paul, the ultimate disruptor. Logan Paul. We got a Mirix preview. We got a DJ. Now DJ loves Logan Paul. So I know he put a lot of work and a lot of thought into that preview. And yeah, Goldie, look at that with the blue background. Looks so sharp, doesn't it? Okay, so Logan Paul looks like he was. We had a spike in the number of people that upgraded Logan Paul, and if you remember, he was a contest superstar, and so we see a spike in his upgrades, and we also see a spike in his wins. So I think this is a curve that would say, okay, he's still a meta relevant. He came out in the 6-star meta. He's still a meta relevant acro. I wonder if Wesley has a similar curve that Mosh had. Came out in the 6-star meta, was a free MLC. Yep, same curve as Mosh. Although we are seeing a little higher win rate. Mosh was just kind of a decline. The win rate here. Yeah. So again, a bump. At least some life, right? Some signs of life. But yeah, this is interesting. The difference between the free MLC superstars and the ones that are more the chase or the rare or the premium superstars. Bailey was an MLC chase superstar in the 6-star meta, I believe. Well, these are 5-star previews though. Okay, so Bailey was pre 6-star meta. Oh, she gets a little bump here. She's still... Whoa, look at that spike in wins. I wonder if she was a CSS for a feud or something, and that's why. Yeah, interesting. All right. Well, you see, you get the gist of it, right? This is not going to tell me everything I need to know, but it's a good first filter, I think. I think it's a good at a glance, and I can also check that damage. I want to take Bailey to 6 stars. And I can see how many stars do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 full stars. So let's assume they're going to come in empty. I don't know, right? About 200K plus 20K for every trap. And that's pretty easy to push up. with some trap trainers. Submission damage is low. No, that's protect gem. Submission damage. No, pretty good submission damage as well. Nice. About 200k. So we'll boost that. Yeah, looks like Bailey scaled up to 6-star really well. And her trainer ability. Green moves that deal damage will deal 100% more damage. So yeah, where is Bailey? Here on the hit list. So because I was unsure about Mosh, I'm going to put Bailey. Move around. All right. Well, that's it for this video. And maybe this is not the way you prioritize your hit list for talent ups. But this is kind of how I do it. And then once I get my list kind of made, and maybe I scratch people off the list, people that I was disappointed with, then I usually try to get another pair of eyes on it. Or we have like a roster coaching room. We have a couple. But I've got trainers that I'm divided up by like IOW promoters, trainers, you know, some reason I have to work on this superstar, and then who I just think maybe my best new people that I haven't worked on yet are. Well, that's all for this little edition of Roster Strategy with Champions Chat. This is Rusty. We'll see you soon.